It's on your WhatsApp now, sir.
You're still working. Okay. A wonderful evening to our viewers out there. You're welcome to Sports Orbit, reaching from Leadership TV. My name is Afa Cho. Salifu Usman is also in the studio with me on today's edition of the program. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Alpha.
On today's edition of the program, we have a lot of stories for you, but we'll begin straight from the ongoing African Games currently taking place in Accra, Ghana. Of course, as it is with many of the competitions of such the Olympics, African Games, the highlight of most of these games is usually the athletics events, which for the All African Games rather will begin today, and the likes of Toby Amusan, Brume, Adegoke, and others will lead Team Nigeria's chase for medals as the athletic event begins later on today in Accra, Ghana. I mean, Salifu, like this is where most times even for the Olympics, the Commonwealth, Africa Games, the high point of these events are always the athletics, where you have the 100 meters, the long distance running, long jump, and the rest of them, and that begins today. And of course, all eyes will be on Team Nigeria, because I mean, in Team Nigeria we have tried and tested athletes who are well skilled and versed in this department. The likes of Toby Amusan, Brume, Adegoke, and the likes of them will be taking to the track and fields today to continue Team Nigeria's medal haul at the ongoing games.
Yeah, but just as you rightly said, the track and field is the pick up on any games, be it Olympic, Commonwealth, or whatever. And once you get to the athletic event, you are almost at a climax of that
Exactly.
particular champion. And the athletic is starting today, obviously then by tomorrow they need to be going to climax. Just like we rightly say, we have a medal hopeful in the person of Ekobiam. It will be a shock if to be doing get us a medal.
Exactly.
Obviously, it's always a problem, because you can't expect a record world holder, a world record holder to come to an African event, and an event that he has won several and several
Exactly.
and several to because so the same goes to Brume and even Adegoke and several other Nigerians athletes. About 54, we have about 54 contingents of Nigerians athletes in the track and field event, both in a 4x4 relay and individual long jumping, short put, and all in within the track and field event. And we hope that Nigerians will be able to improve on their medal standing. Not even as it is now, I think except by miracle, and I don't even think this is going to be able to happen. Egypt is already
Completely coasting, clear.
already a runaway winners of this particular championship. Once again, Egypt has continued to dominate the African game, winning this game, every edition of this game, except on very few, except in 2003 when Nigeria hosted, and then surprisingly we won it. And because if Nigeria is second on the medal table with 27 gold medal, while Egypt already have 90 gold medal.
Exactly.
So you can see the gap. Even the total numbers of the gold medal harvested so far by the Egyptian is the number of gold is more than the total number of medal. So, but surprisingly, where is Egypt harvesting this medal for? Is it in swimming? Where are they getting all this medal for? If you look at Nigerian medals so far, it's coming from wrestling and weightlifting. Wrestling gives us 6 medal, and weightlifting will give us 16 gold medal. This is where we have it. But Egypt have 90 gold medal. In table tennis, tennis, all several other events, Egypt have posted
I think most times.
And I think just like just like in the Minister of African Minister of Ghana Minister of Sport, say that West Africa need to invest in sport because the North African has taken the lead.
Of course, completely. And when you enter into multiple events, and why they can enter into multiple events is because various sectors of their sport are developed. But
Yeah.
in a situation where you just concentrate your development on a few sectors, you won't be able to, gather all these medal hauls. So, like you rightly said, we all these medals we have gotten are from very few sports. So but the likes of Egypt have entered into various sports. So you can see that, like you said, the medals they won alone have trumped all the medals of all the countries combined in the championship.
Yes, exactly. You get the figure correct. The medal won by Egypt alone has almost outnumbered the medal
Exactly.
won by all the countries.
Yeah.
For instance, Egypt so far have 154
Medals, yeah.
comprised of 90 gold, 35 silver, and 29 bronze medal. Nigeria, who is second on the medal table, has 27 gold. 21 silver and a total of 76 medal.
Exactly.
Then South Africa, who are second, have 25 gold. So South Africa and Nigeria, as well as Algeria, can still competing for the second position.
Exactly.
But for Egypt, Egypt is already settled as the winner of the competition. Let even at the second, they are not even competing
again.
They already won the game. And just like you see, it's about entering in more events that we have advantage, and it clearly shows that Egypt have, even in the weightlifting, you know that even Egypt also challenge us in the weightlifting. They also have a gold medal, several gold medal from the weightlifting. So I think we need to do a lot of, because I can't imagine why a North Africa should dominate Africa game.
Exactly. I mean, rightly said. You have the medal table. So, of course, medal table, yes, as it is currently Nigeria in second position, while South Africa third. Yeah, of course. Okay, yeah. The likes of Algeria third, like you rightly said, Algeria, South Africa, Nigeria still have a chance of battling out for the second position there. While for now, host Ghana are in the sixth position. Exactly, and like that. Well, I mean, there are several countries who so far have just won one gold medal, the likes of Guinea, Cote d'Ivoire, Libya, Senegal, Namibia, Zambia. Have won gold medal apiece.
And if you look at the top 10, apart from Nigeria and Ghana, who are in the top 10 from the West Africa, no any other. And Ghana is even in between that region because they are hosting. If they are not able hosting, Ghana will not able to come anyway. They are hosting, and they just managed to win 9 gold medal. So, and if you look at it, all the North Africa are within the top 10.
Yeah, correctly, very, very correct.
So,
all the North African within the top 10,
West African, just like the Ghanaian Minister of Force said, West Africa needs to think and invest in more. And Nigeria in particular, we need to do more about. We need to do more. I can't imagine why in Nigeria, with the riverine area of how that Nigeria should not be dominating in swimming. Swimming alone, one person, if you remember, McPhil from US at the Olympic, only one person won 6 gold medal.
Yeah, exactly, so because in swimming you have almost like 10 events alone from swimming.
One person alone can give you a medal. So, and we have people from Cross River, from Bayelsa, from all those things, and we are lagging behind in a game like swimming.
Well.
So we need to invest in the medal in the sport that can give us medal. Even the football that we are concentrating, you have a good number of almost 22 players to just fight for a gold medal, and a gold medal is equal to a gold medal in an Olympic or in anywhere you go.
All right, we'll move on, but still on the African Games, where this time talking about football, where Nigeria's Falconers will take on Uganda in the semi-final match that will come up tomorrow. Recall that Falconers are currently the holders when it comes to the All-Africa Games, and tomorrow they will be up against Uganda. I think, except something unusual happens, I expect Falconers to still retain. Win gold.
No sounding disrespect.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also commend the Uganda. They have done so well in South Africa. Have both their male team and the female team in the semi-final. Remember that our own flying go back home already. They were knocked out of they couldn't even make it to the program. They couldn't make out of the group stage. But Uganda have their male team and their female team progressing to the knockout stage. But we hope that they will not be able to cause any havoc or any upset against the super against our own DFR opponent.
Of course, that match comes up tomorrow in Accra, Ghana. So we wish the Falconers well, and we expect them to at least come out, victorious in this one. Down to some football matters where the calls have been for a sound technical advisor for the NFF. That's according to an NFF technical committee. We call that last week. The NFF had, thrown open uh, invitation for the next Super Eagles coach. A lot of entries from what we understand, both home and abroad. But from feelers we're getting, looks like a good number of the technical committee are still favorable to bringing in another foreign coach. Even though some from other side that we heard that when it comes to the indigenous coaches, Amunike was highly favored, but we'll see how that pan out. But I think the technical committee still want to see if we can get a foreign coach. Like this member who said, for him, clearly he said that he feels that the Super Eagles is too big for any indigenous coach to handle. So for him, he is more open to a foreign coach.
I think it's not just for him. It's like sometimes in the Nigerian style, when they decide somewhere, they send somebody to go and test the water.
Yeah.
And I think to me, in my view, and this is some of the things they have concluded, because if we wanted to actually get the job given to the super Nigerian coaches, we ought to have done it by now.
Yeah.
Since and a whole lot of people, former international, including themselves, are on top of their boys that we need our own coach to grow up. And yes, I buy the idea that I believe that we have to ex-international, we have to look at coaches that can handle our national team. But the so-called foreigners are not too good or not too better than our own.
Exactly.
Especially the kind of foreign,
that's the thing when you look at the pedigree of these people.
The kind of people are bringing. For me, for instance, if you say you are going to bring about Herman, I'll 100% throw in support to back you. And all you say you are going to bring people renowned coaches when we know that they are technically sound foreign coaches. We know their pedigree, we know who they are. Nobody will question you. But when you go to just the job man, all those people within job man within Africa who have no any pedigree in terms of achievement, Pesero was not anybody on the best record Pesero have so far is with the Super Eagles coach. Coaching the Super Eagles was his best record he has had so far as a coach of the national team. And now, like what we are saying now the pendulum is swinging to another Portuguese who was previously coached the Cameroon national team. And for this member of the technical committee, a very influential member of that committee, for that matter, to come out and say that he believes that they don't know any local coach that has a capacity to manage the national team. I think he has come out to say obviously what they have had.
Exactly.
Because he clearly said that all the members of the technical committee are disposed to the idea that we should still go for a foreign coach. And once they conclude their own, although they are just an advisory body to the NFL, they don't have a right to appoint, but they are just an advisory body. Once they submitted and even all the applicants that have applied for the job, their file and everything will be forwarded to the technical committee to look at it. And after the advertisement last week, all those that have appointed. Remember the Nigerian committee also had a meeting towards the end of last week, and that's when they were concluded in their own mind that they still believe that having another foreign coach will be the best for the Super Eagles than giving the job to the local coach. So I bet you, from this one to come out to say it like this, the rest the most likely that we're going to have another foreign coach.
Well, of course, the Eagles will be in action, I think, next week, international friendly. From what we're hearing, Finidi might likely be in charge
as an assistant coach.
No, I mean, he might likely lead the team for those friendlies.
Because he was part of the
of course,
part of the Pesero crew. And it is, I don't know his own contract. I'm not aware that his own contract also terminated along with the
Pesero. All right, we'll move on to some other football matters where Anambra State Governor Chukwuba Saludo has placed ex-Rangers of Enugu players on the 100,000 naira monthly stipend under his administration. The governor, who hosted the veteran players at the Governor's Lodge in Anambra as part of activities marking his second year, has also announced that each of the 73 former players will go on with a 50 kg of rice and a cash prize of 200,000 naira. I think not a bad gesture, rewarding players who have performed previously. Well, you know how when it is sometimes when you apply most of your trade in local league here after retirement, things can be difficult. So 100,000 naira stipend in this economy Well, monthly, he said during the course of his administration. Well, should we say it's a commendable one?
Yeah, it's a commendable one. But me, I have a contrary view. Yes, I commend him when I saw this. I said, very good initiative. But on the second thought, you look at it, putting former Rangers players on a monthly stipend of 100,000. I recall Rangers are owned by Enugu State Football, Enugu State government. Rangers supposed to be an independent body, independent business, run as a business. What is the business of a state government, another state government?
No, I think
I
think it's basically Anambra State indigenes who once played for Rangers. From what I understand, I think that's what it is.
Well, yeah, it's a good idea. Either Anambra State, it is although in the past, Rangers is seen as a Southeast team. Because of their rural regions, and either we like to even here as a not in the southeast makes Nigeria proud.
Very well.
Nigeria's international before. So I commend to me. Although I commended Soludo, but I'm still insisting that it's misplaced of priority. If you notice, in the entire southeast, apart from Enugu State, where Rangers came from, and Imo, where Heartland come from. Heartland is in recent times neither here or in one out.
Well, currently in the bottom three of
the struggle to regulation. So we have Anambra is an old state from Anambra State. So I would believe that since football is being managed, it's being run by state government, so Ludo could have anticipated his energy on how to ensure club play in the Anambra State, have a befitting league in Anambra State, and ensure that we get a club from Anambra State representing the state in the Premier League.
Yeah. All right, we'll go on a break. When we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Do join us.
Be part of our brand. Be part of our brand. Leadership for God and country.
Alright, welcome back from that break. It's still Sports Orbit. Now to some NPFL news where, of course, Rangers technical advisor Fidelis Ilichuku is excited over Rangers' victory over league leaders Lobby Stars over the weekend. 2-1 victory was, and for Rangers, that is statement win. Lobby Stars throughout this season has been fantastic, currently topping the league and with 46 points, Rangers 45, while Eyimba 45. I mean, the NPFL too is almost looking like the EPL this season, with has becoming a three-horse race, and
it's almost 2 weeks, 2 matches per week.
Exactly, and almost like a three-horse race with Lobby Stars, Eyimba, and Rangers. Though Lobby Stars on top with just 1 point. With this victory by Rangers, close down the gap. But for me, who when it comes to league here, of course, obviously, Lobby Stars supporter for obvious reasons. Well, also an Eyimba fan. But if you ask me who should take the title, maybe for the sake of sentiment, I want Lobby Stars to do it. It's been quite a while since they won the title.
Well, even me, although not a Lobby fan, but for North Central Affair, I also stick with Lobby Stars to take the title. And if they take the title, I won't be disappointed because they clearly deserve it. When you have a father, the blessing from the Reverend Father can smile on you, and I believe that's what it's saying. Because I was expecting that after that defeat, that the Rangers will go up. When I still see the table, and they are still leading the table with just 1 point. Despite suffered 1-0 defeat against Region International. So I clear that it's almost 2 hospitals that probably the third place ranking is also close, very, very close. And that's an interesting, and we hope that by the end of the season we should have the right or a deserved winner of the league who will go on, not just win the league and go on to do Nigeria, make Nigeria proud, at least give for protect our image as one of the best in the local league in Nigeria. Okay, currently look at the table there.
Exactly.
And you see even in
third position.
Even the
Plateau, so it's going to.
It's still very close.
Very.
Remo have a match in hand.
Yeah.
And they are on 42. So
between Remo Stars, in fact, from 5th to 1st position, anybody can emerge winners of the league.
Yes, even from 6th. But those are these shooting stars that they are just pretend that they are.
Exactly. So
I think, but from 5 to 12, you can clearly see that these two have a reliable chance of winning the league if they up their game and maintain the form, the current form they are enjoying. Because like if Remo Star won the match they have in hand, that will give them 45 points. And that means from top to the only point that separated them is just 2 points. It's just 1 or 2 points.
Exactly.
So it's still very widely open. It's still very widely open.
Of course, the bottom three, like we said, Heartland right there at the bottom of the table, looks like they might go back to where you recall that they were relegated, gained promotion, and now Heartland not doing too good. Gombe United, also Aqua United, which 2-3 seasons ago was, a tested team. Sorry, suddenly this season have not been doing too well. Of course, the likes of Niger Tornadoes also in the middle. Then, of course, champions Rivers United in the 14th position, but I think Rivers United have about 3 matches at hand. Yeah, exactly. So even if they win those matches, I think they won't still.
More gap. Because that would
exactly. And for new boys also, Sporting Lagos not doing too badly. 11th position, who just came in from the lower division this season, not doing badly. One of the privately run clubs, a fantastic club with nice facilities, not doing too badly.
But if you look at this top 3 or top 1 on the relegation zone, big trouble. Because what I'm saying, big trouble, because the clubs that are occupying this top, ordinary club that ordinary you shouldn't even be that they should mind that they should be within the top, within the bottom top table.
Exactly.
Help club like Heartland, Brume United, and Aqua United, and then Quara United, who are on the bottom of the bottom. So you clearly should. For instance, Gobe United, this thing they were doing was last year. I read recently on the paper when the Gobe State government was lamenting, demanding accountability from the team, because the government alleged that on a monthly basis spend almost close to 20 million to pay the player price, and it's not getting any return. And the government also asked that according to him, in the statement I read, that people are criticizing him that he's going to clean Gobe United. And he asked, how is he cleaning the Gobe United? That he's releasing money on a monthly basis for the club. And he's aware that the club, most of the money, and nobody gives any feedback that the club, other thing that he's not, just like we not say that he's not aware that they sell players. What of the player themselves, who would they return the money for? So some people just sit there and just do whatever they like.
All right, let's move on straight to Europe now, talking about Harry Kane, who has joined up with the England squad for the upcoming friendlies. Although he has joined the squad with an injury, he picked over that 5-2 victory over Freiburg at the weekend, where he was also on target. But he has joined the England squad, who are going to assess the extent of his injury before to know if he's going to feature. Well,
that's another interesting thing I always hear about all those European teams. If it is an African team in Africa now,
they send them to the club.
Just send me to the club.
Exactly.
Yeah, it can't go.
Yeah.
But the statement is from Bayern Munich.
Exactly.
Say that he's injured, but he's still going to honor the invitation.
Yes, because the England
but if it's an African
still want him to settle because we have top-notch facilities.
But it's an African player. The club will just send you a memo. No, the player is injured. He cannot come.
We saw happen to even Mo Salah during the
even though you insisted that he must come, they'll say no, he's not going to come.
We saw the case of Mo Salah during the AFCON where he had to leave the England cap back to Liverpool. But when it comes to these Europeans, it's a different ball game. You see, and that is where we keep saying put your facilities, your medical facilities, everything you need in check.
I think as much as we're trying to argue it, sometimes Africa will also have to look at ourselves and
The truth, yeah. Well, you're correct. From there, let's go on to, of course, on last weekend, the fixtures for this quarterfinal of the UEFA Champions League were out. And if you ask me, all of those fixtures are actually very, very mouth-watering fixtures. Of course, Arsenal will be up against Bayern, Real Madrid against Man City for the third time running straight. Barcelona up against PSG, not unfamiliar foes again in that one. Interesting matchup to look up to.
Yeah, the interesting matchup, but to me, I was trying to protest during that on Friday. That it's like there was a coup against the English team because that fixture to me it doesn't go well for the English team. I should draw a fixture that I have to pitch an English team to the best from the Spain and from the best from Arsenal have suffered humiliation in the hands of Bayern Munich severally. And now Arsenal after 14 years come back to the knockout stage. Now you went and regroup them. I was expecting not disrespecting. I was expecting Arsenal to have a team like Atletico Madrid or Dortmund or even PSG could have even said to some extent better. Although Bayern Munich not too very fantastic this season, but at least they owe him always.
Of course, when it comes to the Champions League, sometimes experience, the pedigree and all of that.
And the old name and especially it comes like you suffered defeat against them severally. When you come against them, that inferior complex always count against him.
I mean, after that fixture, even Guardiola himself, admitted. He said, third time running. In fact, Guardiola too was beginning to look at it like
I think there was a
setup. He said, coming against the masters. He said we are coming against the masters of this competition once again. Yes, we defeated them last season, but coming up against them is a different ball game. So he has that fear factor. That
of course,
he can't beat his chest and say we are going to knock Madrid
at all.
Exactly. No matter how bad Madrid are doing, this is the Champions League. Yeah. This is their game.
It's their game. Exactly. They know. Even last year that the Man City survived it by whiskey.
Exactly.
They may not survive it this season.
Because this is Madrid is a different team, more firepower in the team, so it's going to be a different ball game completely.
A certain Jurubelende who is doing something was not there last season.
Exactly.
And with even if you look at Man City from this season, you can't compare to Man City from this to last season. So it's a team. It's just like
Man City has not been too consistent.
That's what I'm saying. Just like Guardiola, it's a different ball game. You can't compare to what happened last season. But what I'm saying is, just like I said earlier, it's like it was a coup against the English team.
Well, we'll see how all those games pan out. Of course,
for instance, team like Dortmund and Atletico Madrid, not disrespecting to them, but I mean, automatically likely going to one of them in the semi-final.
Definitely,
And why the like of either Man City has to go home, Arsenal or Madrid has to go home, Bayern Munich has to go home, Arsenal has to go home. But if you have to ask you who is likely to go home, people will not say Bayern Munich will. But I think Arsenal can do something against the Bayern Munich this year. I'm pretty confident about it. But Bayern Munich just are all about the Hurricane this season. They are not disrespecting to them, but just like I said, that this is their game. They don't have to play.
Of course, exactly. All right, that's that for that. Let's go to some FA Cup results that happened. Of course, FA Cup matches went down. Interesting matches. It was Man City against Newcastle. Easy one for Man City. Well, for Newcastle, those goals were almost like, in fact, it was assist by two Newcastle players, which gave Man City.
Last season we thought that Newcastle is going to build on the form of last season, but unfortunately they are very disappointment this season. And I don't know what happened. Newcastle, they are not what they are last season.
Of course,
everything is falling apart at the Newcastle. Where we expected them to have built on the success they recorded last season. For
for Chelsea, sweet victory also against Leicester. In the last four against Leicester,
and even Pochettino is still in crowd now, full of excitement, hitting back at the critics at who says that he has an opportunity to go back to the Wembley again, and we hope that he will to make the final. At least he's still in the race for the trophy this season. That's the most important thing. Whether you like it or not, Chelsea is still in the race for the trophy. The same thing going to Manchester United.
Of course, the United match, a classic it was at a point. At the dying minute, in fact, interesting game it was at dying minutes of the game. Liverpool by Elliott, it was 3-2 in the game, and at that point I angrily left the game, and I was somewhere just going I forgot about the match. Going through my phone and I saw Manchester United in the semi-final, and I was like, "What's magic? How did it happen?" Until I watched the highlights, I noticed that United had to came back to a Rashford equalizer, making it 3-3, and 9 minutes of game went into extra time. 9 minutes, and the young Ahmad Diallo with a winner for 3. It was
for the first time. In recent time, in a very long time, Manchester United replicate what they used to know. And
Klopp in the post-match, Klopp actually said, "Look,
kudos to
it." Klopp said it. He said, "Kudos." Said, "This is the United all of us knew in the past." He said, "Kudos to exactly." So
they clearly replicate what people used to know Man U with. I say this is a replicant of Man U. Everybody know. Yeah. Even me, I was surprised. I say, when I saw the final, I said, "What? Man U?"
Exactly
from behind at the 9 minute, and it was fantastic, and a sweet victory for Man United. So I was happy for Ten Hag, and that was keeping the division at least for another trophy this season.
And fortunately enough, the semi-final coming up against Coventry,
and the semi-final draw favor him.
Exactly. So except something an upset happens, they should be hoping for another back-to-back final. And if care is not taken, it might be a repeat of last year's final against City. But in recent times, somehow, this wobbling Chelsea side has been able to give Man City a run for their money. Yeah. So, outrightly, when I saw that matchup, City-Chelsea, I would have given to City, but I said, no, looking at what has happened this season, I won't give it to City yet.
You don't give to City, and at the same time, City has a lot of numbers of competitions competing here and there, and challenging with the distraction here. Although even as much as Pep Guardiola want to win everything, but the distraction here, and unlike City, Chelsea, who are just focused on the FA Cup and the Premier League, and not knowing that their chances in the Premier League is just to protect their positions in the Premier League. They are not going to make any Europa qualification.
Except they win the FA Cup.
So that means they have full focus on the FA Cup. And if I'm in the position of Pochettino, I will just focus on the FA Cup and hopefully that will give you an escape through to get to the Europe, or at the same time even give escape through to win a title with Chelsea in your first season.
Exactly. All right. That's that. Of course, those semi-final matches comes up 4th of April. 20th and 21st of April 2022. Well, that's our package on today's edition of the program. We'll be back on Thursday with another exciting edition. Meanwhile, we wish Team Nigeria luck to be Amusan and the rest of them as the athletics event begin at the African Games in Accra, Ghana. So, thank you for being with me on today's edition of the program.
Thank you.
Until we come your way again on Thursday, do have a wonderful time. My name is Afa Cho, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact